Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelenskyy, born January 25, 1978, is a Ukrainian politician and former entertainer who is serving as the sixth and current president of Ukraine since 2019, including during the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine ongoing since 2022. Born to a Ukrainian Jewish family, Zelenskyy grew up as a native Russian speaker in Kryvyi Rih, a major city of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast in central Ukraine. He obtained a degree in law from the Kryvyi Rih Institute of Economics. He then pursued a comedy career and created the production company Kvartal 95, which produced films, cartoons, and TV shows including the TV series Servant of the People, in which Zelenskyy played a fictional Ukrainian president. The series aired from 2015 to 2019 and was immensely popular. A political party with the same name as the TV show was created in March 2018 by employees of Kvartal 95. Zelenskyy announced his candidacy in the 2019 presidential election on the evening of December 31, 2018, alongside the New Year's Eve address of then-President Petro Poroshenko on the TV channel 1+1. A political outsider, he had already become one of the frontrunners in opinion polls for the election. He won the election with 73.23% of the vote in the second round, defeating Poroshenko. He has positioned himself as an anti-establishment and anti-corruption figure. As president, Zelenskyy has been a proponent of e-government and of unity between the Ukrainian and Russian-speaking parts of the country's population. His communication style makes extensive use of social media, particularly Instagram. His party won a landslide victory in the snap legislative election held shortly after his inauguration as president. During the first 2 years of his administration, Zelenskyy oversaw the lifting of legal immunity for members of parliament, the Verkhovna Rada, the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent economic recession, and some limited progress in tackling corruption in Ukraine. During his presidential campaign, Zelenskyy promised to end Ukraine's protracted conflict with Russia, and he has attempted to engage in dialogue with Russian President Vladimir Putin. His administration faced an escalation of tensions with Russia in 2021, culminating in Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, which is still ongoing. Zelenskyy's strategy during the Russian military buildup was to calm the Ukrainian populace and assure the international community that Ukraine was not seeking to retaliate. He initially distanced himself from warnings of an imminent war, while also calling for security guarantees and military support from NATO to withstand the threat. When Russia launched its full-scale invasion, Zelenskyy declined international offers to evacuate him and declared that he would remain in Kyiv. He declared martial law across Ukraine and a general mobilization of the armed forces. Zelenskyy was named the Time Person of the Year for 2022 and is regularly seen in an olive green shirt. His term was originally scheduled to end in May 2024, but the ongoing Russian invasion and the imposition of martial law prevented the regularly scheduled presidential election from being conducted. He is expected to remain president for the duration of the Russo-Ukrainian War. Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelenskyy was born to Jewish parents on January 25, 1978 in Kryvyi Rih, then in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. His father, Alexander Zelenskyy, is a professor and computer scientist and the head of the Department of Cybernetics and Computing Hardware at the Kryvyi Rih State University of Economics and Technology. His mother, Rima Zelenska, is a retired engineer. His grandfather, Semyon Zelenskyy, served as an infantryman, reaching the rank of colonel in the Red Army in the 57th Guards Motor Rifle Division during World War II. Semyon's father and 3 brothers were killed in the Holocaust. In March 2022, Zelenskyy said that his great-grandparents had been killed after German troops burned their home to the ground during a massacre. Before starting elementary school, Zelenskyy lived for 4 years in the Mongolian city of Erdenet, where his father worked as a mining engineer from the mid-1970s to help build a copper mine, applying his abilities in computer science to mining. Zelenskyy grew up speaking Russian. At the age of 16, he passed the test of English as a foreign language and received an education grant to study in Israel, but his father did not allow him to go. He later earned a law degree from the Kryvyi Rih Institute of Economics, then a department of Kyiv National Economic University and now part of Kryvyi Rih National University, but never worked in the legal field. At age 17, he joined his local team competing in the Kyivian comedy competition. He was soon invited to join the United Ukrainian team, Zaporizhzhia RIH Transit, which performed in the KVN's Major League and eventually won in 1997. That same year, he created and headed the Kvartal 95 team, which later transformed into the comedy outfit Kvartal 95. From 1998 to 2003, Kvartal 95 performed in the Major League and the highest open Ukrainian league of KVN, and the team members spent a lot of time in Moscow and constantly toured around post-Soviet countries. In 2003, Kvartal 95 started producing TV shows for the Ukrainian TV channel 1+1, and in 2005, the team moved to fellow Ukrainian TV channel Enter. In 2008, he starred in the feature film Love in the Big City and its sequel, Love in the Big City 2. Zelenskyy continued his movie career with the film Office Romance, Our Time in 2011, and with Rozhevsky vs. Napoleon in 2012. Love in the Big City 3 was released in January 2014. Zelenskyy also played the leading role in the 2012 film 8 First Dates and in sequels that were produced in 2015 and 2016. He recorded the voice of Paddington Bear in the Ukrainian dubbing of Paddington 2014 and Paddington 2 2017. Zelenskyy was a member of the board and the general producer of the TV channel Enter from 2010 to 2012. Later in 2018, Zelenskyy said that then President Yanukovych had offered him $100 million for political control of Kvartal 95's programs after he became general producer of Enter, but Zelenskyy refused. In August 2014, Zelenskyy spoke out against the intention of the Ukrainian Ministry of Culture to ban Russian artists from Ukraine. Since 2015, Ukraine has banned Russian artists and Russian media and art from entering Ukraine. In 2018, the romantic comedy Love in the Big City 2 starring Zelenskyy was banned in Ukraine due to the film not following the law of Ukraine on cinematography. After the Ukrainian media reported that during the Russo-Ukrainian War Zelenskyy's Kvartal 95 had donated 1 million Ukrainian hryvnias to the Ukrainian army, some Russian politicians and artists petitioned for a ban on his works in Russia.